Hey guys, Trap John coming at you with another Diablo Immortal video. On this one, I want to talk about, I've been doing a lot of farming. As you can see here, we are at 457 right now, out of 496. I've kind of closed the gap a lot more. I'm within like what, 41 levels of, or sorry, I'm 40 or 39 levels of catching up. It's pretty decent. I'm gonna keep pushing it, but you're gonna notice that my inventory is full over here and I'm still grinding. What I want to talk about is it worth it to pick up the commons now again because some of the scarcity when leveling up your gear? All right, so what we're going to be talking about right now and today is the simple fact that a long time ago when we all started Diablo Immortal, the game had just launched, it was very apparent very quickly that the gear that you want to actually pick up in the game was not all the gear, right? You wanted to go ahead and overlook some of it to maybe not have to go empty your sack as often, or slow you down when you're trying to do dungeon runs, so on and so forth, because we didn't have like the mechanics we do now, right? So 9 out of 10 of us would tell you that, hey, what we need you to be doing, or what you should be doing to really get the best fuck for your buck as far as resources are concerned, is that under this auto pickup tab right here, we were having you guys only pick up magic and rare. Now, back at the very beginning of the inception of Diablo Immortal and us playing the game and launching it, that made sense. Not picking up normals was a waste of time, waste of resources. Now, as we flash forward, almost a year. Oh my gosh, I think we're 9 or 10 months. So we're just a couple months from a year now. Since Diablo Immortal launched, and we're just now to the point where you gotta start picking these up. And the reason why I say that, so I'm gonna break it down as far as why I say this, right? So when we look at all these here, yeah, I've got a lot of common, I got a few gold, I got a few blue. But notice also my gear here is 16. All these are 16, right? So it's all needs adjusted, right? Like I need to be doing something about this, right? Well, how do I do that? How much would it cost to upgrade them? Well, when we look at it, it's 3K of the actual scrap materials, and then 600 of enchanted dust. Now, enchanted dust you get from the blues, right? And you get, well, blues and the yellows. So that's cool, but getting the 3K scrap materials, that took a lot of time. So actually, when I got my last upgrade, these were both at 0. Notice that's almost a 2-to-1 ratio on the commons, but now because I'm going ahead of this and coming up here, at some point, I'm gonna be able to balance them out again and spin them all. That's gonna be more beneficial to me than just letting less loot or picking up less loot just for that factor. Really, because it doesn't matter at this point. We're just trying to grind in general. And that's really just all what it's all about. So by going ahead and sacrificing all of these, like that was a full inventory there, but that was 122 reinforced scrap materials. And actually, so let's talk about that. So that 122, now why would that be specific? Why would you want to mention how much you get from just like a full bag, right? Like why would we use that type of an analogy like, hey, this is one full inventory bag that is full of both common, elite, and rare drops? Why would I want to tell you about 122? And that's because, wait for it. We're gonna go ahead and move on over to the section of the map that makes the difference, that informs you of what I'm getting at. We go to smithing materials shop. What you can see here is the fact that you can buy enchanted dust, right? This is the one that's offset of this, right? And when we go look at here and we say, okay, what do I need to upgrade here? I need enchanted dust, and I need approximately 234 more pieces of it, right? Well, how many can I buy with my current enchanted dust, or with my current materials, right? My reinforced scrap materials. How many can I buy? So as we click up here, let's just see what 122 gets you. Okay, so we got 122. That's 12 enchanted dust. So every time you empty out your bag, that's 12 enchanted dust. How often are you gonna do that? Pretty often if you're picking up all the loot, right? So I've already been farming for, I think about maybe 35 minutes right now, and I've already emptied my bag 3 times. That means I've already gained an additional 36 basically enchanted dust, which when trying to upgrade, right, to get all my upgrade pieces here, I need a lot of it. Like, it's not something that just makes sense just to negate, right, or not do. I definitely could go ahead and sacrifice 300 of them and convert them over. And actually, let's do that. So if I get in the habit of doing this and converting over what I need, right? So for example, like, we want to use up what? 250 of them, right? 250, I think. Yeah, so if we do that, we buy them, right? That was 15 enchanted dust. And then I come over here, well, guess what? We're closer and we're down on the ratio. It worked out a little bit better, right? So as you keep doing that over and over and over again and collecting everything, you're gonna have a better chance of actually progressing your champion, which is huge. Like, if your gear is under-leveled and under-tuned, you're not gonna do anyone any good whatsoever. Also, it is kind of nice too, because I mean, when you get magic find and, you know, we're gonna be picking up more items, we're gonna be moving around and different locations. It's gonna be, you know, that's always very helpful. Also, one thing I would suggest is farm locations right now that give you nice drops, have nice chances for the elites or the rare or the yellows, right? Like, yellows and blues spawn there a lot. One spot I still love to farm to this day that seems to work really, really, really well when we're talking about trying to pick up or kill things and stack loot and empty it, like, you know, trying to get up on the resource up and up like we are right now. This circle here is probably still by far the best XP farm out there, and it's one of the better ones for drops because you can get because rare monsters can spawn 2 locations. You can get rare monsters that spawn in the center of this area, so like right in here they can spawn, or in the top left corner you can get a spawn. You can also get 2 different pools that'll pop in. One could be right here, and the other one would be right here. So also you could potentially get an XP pool, everything like that around this area. So this one lends itself very, very well to getting extra bonus XP and resources via just rare monsters, via drops, you know, or just in general, the layout of everything, right? So we're gonna fill up our inventory super quick because we're gonna constantly be going in a circle and killing something. Like, as I move everywhere, notice that like we're constantly killing something. And now my kill streak's gonna pop up here any second. Boom, there we go. Now we have the massacre, and we're just gonna keep dropping more and more loot that we can then pick up to help us out with the upgrading all of our gear. Now, I'm sure a lot of you who are probably watching this going, John, I really don't care. Like, my gear isn't as far behind as yours is. That may be true. But let's just think about this. We started this game in general back in the day with the assumption that, you know, you didn't really need to collect those. And all it's done so far is scaled up to the point where I have to collect them, right? Even if I was, yes, let's say more active than I was before, I would still have the same scarcity of resources that I'm facing right now, right? So it's something that is becoming very apparent that you need to not be skipping out and losing out on your underclassed materials, all right? That's gonna do it for this video. I hope that kind of helped you. I hope that helped you understand a little bit more about make sure to farm the right materials in the game, because sometimes, you know, it can be a little different, it can be a little goofy. You may question it, going, you know what, it just doesn't seem worth it, right? Because it seems just dumb that I should take that time. But I promise you, when you break it down, you actually do the math for time invested, materials, runs, so on and so forth. Even though you get better quality gear by skipping them, you definitely build up and upgrade your gear a lot faster and more effectively if you pick up everything right now. Okay, guys? That's gonna do it for this video. Hopefully you enjoyed it. If you did, please make sure to like and subscribe. Also, if you guys like the Azeron keypad, I've got it shown right here to my left, I think, in the camera here. It's fun. I want to say toy, but it's not. It's a keypad, and it works super, super well. I love using it. I still constantly use it for Diablo, Path of Exile. I've been starting to use it for Call of Duty. It's fun. It's cool. I love it. Check it out if you want to. If you do want to buy something, buy it use promo code ASU. Mainly because that goes towards Aftershock United, as you see here, the hoodie. That'll go towards the group that, like myself, Veiled Shot, Darth Microtransaction, Chosen are all a part of. So all that money is going to get kicked back into the kitty for the website, because we're going to be kicking off the website, going super hard in it, especially when D4 launches. So thank you guys for watching the video. Can't wait to see you guys in the next one. Have a good rest of your day. Peace.